Hello, welcome to the Dark Night Toolbox. My name's Alicia, and today we're talking about a tool written by Christiane Northrup. This is a book called The Secret Pleasures of Menopause. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about aging and how to keep joy and pleasure in your life, no matter how old you get. Because, we don't really talk about it in our culture too much, or at least not in my world, but it's happening, okay? I'm wearing reading glasses so that I can share this tool with you. So Christiane Northrup, she's a doctor, a medical doctor, a women's doctor. She wrote a couple other books called Women's Wisdom, Women's Bodies, and The Wisdom of Menopause. But this book, The Secret Pleasures of Menopause, it's kind of a fun book to start out in and learn about her with it. And I found her to be a really good teacher to really help me understand my body and the joy it can bring me. So this book, she talks about how your life's not over when you get to be middle-aged, when you start going through perimenopause and menopause, how there's actually great benefits to that process and how you can most enjoy it and keep an active, healthy sex life alive through into old age. So she talks about this thing called nitric oxide, which is a chemical that's released in your body at the moment a baby's created, and it's also kind of like the joy chemical. If you want to learn more about it, look up nitric oxide on the internet and you can explore what it does. But the way you get your body to release this chemical is you bring joy and pleasure to your life. And so this whole book is about how to achieve maximum levels of this life-giving nitric oxide and how it's associated with pleasure. The more pleasure we bring into our lives, the more of this chemical we have in our bodies, the more happy and fulfilled we are. Okay, no matter what our age. And then she kind of ends the book with some physical movement exercises that you can do, some breathing exercises to help bring pleasure to your body, and also with these seven secret keys that open the door to wonderful sexuality and sensuality after menopause. So I'm just going to touch on them really briefly in today's episode. She says first, you want to explore your own pleasure. You want to really start to notice and what delights you, what brings you joy, and do more of that. And maybe that's going for a walk. Maybe it's having a date night with your partner. Maybe it's pushing snooze on your alarm clock. Just some little things or bigger things that bring daily joy and pleasure to your life that make you feel good. Have big ideas about that, and she notes that whatever you desire is going to be something that's healing for you, most likely. If it's bringing you pleasure and joy, it's probably really good for you. Her second key is that you turn yourself on. Instead of waiting for someone to do it or a partner to do it, you take responsibility for understanding your body and yourself and exploring there and figuring out what really makes you feel good. And she said this turning yourself on also involves turning off negative thinking and starting up your own engine with some really positive, juicy affirmations for yourself. That she has some examples that you can come up with your own, which is kind of fun. And she has some ideas about how do you turn yourself on, like read sexy books like Anais Nin, or watch sensual movies, or maybe watch some French movies. They have a lot of bedroom scenes, more than us in the West, or in North America, I'd say. Decorate your bedroom, make your bedroom all hot and sexy. Take a candlelit bath. Basically do things that turn you on a regular basis. Her third key is remember that when you are turned on, you're going to attract positive things to you. She says, remember that a turned on woman is irresistible. So she's basically saying whoever you are, no matter what your body, no matter what your age, you got it going on, and you just got to talk yourself into that. She says her fourth tip is practice makes pleasure. So you want to learn, she kind of coaches you to learn about your breathing and how that's associated with orgasm and feeling good. And the more you try, the more work you do, the more you bring yourself in your smile and get to know your your vajayjay and stuff like that, and your G-spot. Get to know your body so that you, either on your own or with your partner, can really have fun with that. And the more you practice, the more expansive and pleasurable that's going to be for you. She says, number 5, recognize and release anger and negativity. So she says to expect some resistance to this and some self-doubt, but you just really want to make love with yourself, not war with yourself. So that's her 5th tip. Her 6th tip is commit to regularly exploring your body's pleasure potential. So she says not just to have more sex, but to have better sex. Okay, so you want to like pay attention and notice the little things, and get really comfortable talking about it, even or even with yourself, journaling about it. Sharing feedback with your partner is really helpful. Don't worry about aging. Don't worry about what gravity is doing to your, skin and stuff like that. Just really think of yourself as this beautiful, amazing, sensual being that's filled with joy, and our potential for joy is enormous. And she has some information about training your pelvic floor muscles, like doing Kegel exercises. And she says to achieve vibrant health, you must commit yourself not just to having sex, but also engaging and nurturing your sexual energy and making love on many levels. So she wants you to go deeper, not more. Her 7th tip for the secret pleasures of menopause is to live your life in a way that excites, motivates, and turns on others to be at their best and healthiest. And that includes you. So you want to be a source of pleasure for others. The more positive you are in the world, the more positive you bring to you. So there you go. That's Christiane Northrup, medical doctor, talking about the secret pleasures of menopause. Become an ardent explorer of your own pleasure. Turn yourself on. Remember that a turned on woman is irresistible. Practice makes pleasure. Recognize and release anger and negativity. Commit to regularly exploring your body's pleasure potential. And live your life in a way that excites, motivates, and turns on others to be their best and healthiest. So that's her tips. I think it's just great that someone's like openly discussing aging and the aging process, especially a medical doctor. I found this tool to be super helpful for me as a almost 50-year-old woman starting to go through this experience in my own body. So I hope that you'll check one of her books out. She's funny. She has a lot of videos online. You can find her on there. Christiane Northrup, The Secret Pleasures of Menopause. Great tool for women in middle age or even younger that want to learn about it, what's to come. Because, aging's happening, people. There's nothing we can do about it. It's going to happen. All right. Thanks for listening. Dark Night Toolbox. This is Alicia. We'll see you in the next episode.